Creating a painterly looking portrait involves a combination of techniques in photography and post-processing. Beginning with the overall styling, this includes colour palettes, wardrobe and any other visual cues that help sell the narrative of the photograph. Adding to the sell, the overall feel of course is the paper you choose to print on. The properties of the paper, smooth or textured, the base colour and brightness, all things to consider. For my Master Series portraits, my go-to paper of late is BFK Rives White. Now there are two versions of the BFK Rives, the white and the pure white, with the primary difference being the base colour. Now the BFK White is slightly warmer. So today I want to talk to you about the BFK Rives White, beginning with the two main reasons why I love this paper. Number one is its warmness. For me, this gives images a more traditional or vintage feel. And of course, the other reason being the beautiful fine texture and velvet-like surface, which for me adds a subtle organic feel to the image whilst maintaining the beautiful fine detail in the file. In terms of technical specification, Canson Infinity BFK Rives White is 100% cotton rag paper with a weight of 310 GSM. It is acid-free and pH neutral, which means it will not yellow or fade over time. The paper is cylinder mold made, which gives it its bulky and luxurious feel. The overall look of these portraits that I produce for my clients have a soft, warm colour palette with muted vintage tones. I feel that the texture in the paper can give the image a more organic or painterly feel, making it feel more like a work of art, which is exactly what I want to achieve with these portraits. The Aviator portrait, which was one of the first in the series, I wanted the image to have a vintage look. The post-production, of course, played a significant role in the selling of the overall look. So let's jump into Photoshop and take a quick look at the considerations that were taken to achieve that overall finish. So we're here inside of Photoshop with our finished image, and I'm going to switch off all these layers and show you how we got to the final look. Beginning with the original capture, there's a couple of very simple steps, beginning with the retouching of the skin. So I'm just going to zoom in here and switch on our skin retouching layers. It is important when we do this that we maintain the integrity of the skin by not destroying the texture of the skin. Now we are printing on textured paper, so we want to make sure that we have texture there to begin with to be able to then bring that, that added dimension in the final print a little bit later on. I want to zoom back out just to show you what we do next. The next step is of course adjusting the tonality of it all. Now we want to bring attention to the intensity of the expression, and we do this by darkening off the bottom and around the sides just to accentuate this area of the image. And then of course another tonal adjustment which deals with reducing the contrast of the background and increasing the contrast of the foreground. This gives our subject a lot more presence in the photograph. And the last little bits are the color grade aspect of it all, beginning with a LUT. Now this LUT I've created in 3D LUT Creator, and it's basically warms the image. And we do this selectively just to the foreground, to the subject itself. This, because of the warming effect, it makes the background look a lot cooler than it actually is. And to even that out, we apply a gradient map to the background set to color mode at 20% opacity. This gives us a nice feel to that background as well. Not as warm as the foreground, but that's okay. So the overall color grade is almost done. We just need to deal with the saturation of it all. So the last bit is a hue saturation adjustment layer, which we reduce the saturation to achieve the desired effect. And the image now is ready for sizing, sharpening and printing on beautiful BFK white. The paper's ability to render deep blacks and creamy whites can help to create a more dramatic and impactful image. Overall, Canson Infinity BFK Rives White is a fine art paper that can be used to print a variety of photographic images, particularly those that feature texture, detail and a wide tonal range. However, it is important to consider the specific needs of each image and remember that paper choice is an important part of the creative process.